I want you to physically remove the romantic filter from your eyes and look at the person sleeping next to you. Forget about love. Forget about destiny. Forget about the butterflies in your stomach. Look at them purely as a financial entity. Are they a compounding asset, or are they a depreciating liability? You spend 60 hours a week analyzing stocks, researching crypto, and optimizing your taxes to save a few percent. Yet you are about to make the single largest financial transaction of your entire existence, marriage, based on transient hormones and emotions you felt after 3 dates. This is not just negligence, this is financial suicide. Society, Hollywood, and the Disney industrial complex have brainwashed you into believing marriage is a fairy tale ending. I am here to tell you the cold legal truth. Marriage is a binding business merger. It is the legal consolidation of assets, liabilities, credit scores, and risk profiles. Unlike a business, you are signing this contract without doing any due diligence. Let's look at the wedding scam. The average wedding costs $30,000. That is a down payment on a rental property. That is seed capital for a business. Yet you are pressured to burn that capital in 6 hours to feed people you don't even like, just to impress them on Instagram. If your partner demands a lavish wedding instead of a real estate portfolio, they have already failed the IQ test. Consider the opportunity cost of a bad partner. It is not just the money they spend, it is the money you fail to make because of them. Every dollar they waste on luxury goods is a soldier you cannot deploy into the market. Over 20 years, with compound interest, their innocent spending habits will cost you millions in unrealized gains. But the real danger is the velocity drag. Imagine you are an ambitious rocket ship trying to escape Earth's gravity. You are optimized for speed, but your spouse is a 500-ton anchor of consumption, mediocrity, and emotional neediness. You cannot reach escape velocity with an anchor attached to your ankle. You will burn all your fuel just to hover in place. This is how the erosion happens. You want to work late to close a deal. They complain you are never home. You want to invest your bonus into Bitcoin. They want to go to Bali because their friend went to Bali. Slowly, day by day, dollar by dollar, they erode your ambition until you become just like them, average, broke, and comfortable. Let's talk about the cognitive tax. It is not just about money, it is about the mental bandwidth they steal. Every hour you spend arguing about dirty dishes or listening to petty gossip is an hour you are not thinking about strategy, expansion, or global domination. You cannot conquer the world if you are fighting a civil war in your living room. Beware of the domestication trap. Many partners claim they love your ambition, but subconsciously they want to kill it. They want you to be a safe provider, not a dangerous conqueror. They will slowly encourage you to take the steady job, to skip the risky investment, to settle down. They take a wolf and slowly, methodically turn him into a golden retriever. There are only two types of partners in the game of wealth: assets and liabilities. There is no neutral ground. A neutral partner is a liability because they occupy space and time without adding propulsion. You must classify your relationship immediately. An asset partner is a force multiplier. They are a wartime consigliere. They protect your peace. They understand that for the next 5 years we are at war with poverty. They don't ask for attention. They ask for ammunition. They cover your blind spots. When you fall, they don't say, "I told you so." They say, "Get up and reload." A liability partner is an energy vampire. They bring drama into the sanctuary. They create chaos where there should be order. They view your ambition as neglect. They view your discipline as obsession. They are the normies trying to pull you back into the bucket of crabs so they don't feel bad about their own mediocrity. I have seen brilliant entrepreneurs, men and women with the potential to be billionaires, reduced to nothing because they married for looks, or for status, or because they were lonely. They married a consumer when they needed a co-founder. They bought a depreciation asset that requires high maintenance costs. You are not just marrying an individual, you are marrying a tribe. You are merging with their family's financial DNA. If their parents are bad with money, if their siblings are lazy, you are inheriting that chaos. You become the savior for a clan of losers. Your empire will be drained trying to bail out a brother-in-law who refuses to work. Consider the lifestyle creep multiplier. When you are single and make more money, you invest it. When you are married to a consumer and make more money, they see it as a license to upgrade. The bigger house, the private school, the country club membership, they ensure that your net profit remains zero forever. Let's talk about the divorce math. You spend 20 years building a business. You bleed for it. You suffer for it. And then, because you chose the wrong partner, a judge decides that 50% of your life's work belongs to someone who never stayed late at the office, never took the risk, and never solved a problem. Divorce is the most efficient wealth destruction mechanism ever invented. And then there is alimony, This is the concept of paying a salary to an employee you have already fired for a job they no longer do. It is a lingering parasite on your future cash flow. If you marry without protecting yourself, you are signing up for a potential lifetime subscription to your own misery. If you are building wealth, you are the 1%. This means 99% of the dating pool is not qualified to be your partner. You need to vet them like you are hiring a CEO. Stop asking what's your favorite color and start asking what is your credit score? How much consumer debt do you have? What is your view on leveraged real estate? This sounds unromantic. Good. Romance is a marketing term invented to sell diamonds. Legacy is what we are building. If they get offended by the conversation of money, they are not mature enough to be in the cockpit with you. If they refuse a prenup, they are planning their exit strategy before the plane even takes off. Look at the billionaires. Look at the titans of industry. They either have a partner who is completely supportive and low maintenance, acting as the bedrock of the family, or they have a power partner who runs the empire alongside them. There is no room for the nagging consumer in the house of a king. And if you cannot find an asset partner, then choose the ghost mode. Stay single. There is infinite power in total autonomy. You can sleep in the office. You can take risks without asking permission. It is infinitely better to be alone on a yacht than to be together in a studio apartment drowning in debt. Understand that unconditional love is a biological lie. In the real world, love is conditional on competence and provision. So protect the asset that makes the love possible, your financial sovereignty. Keep the church and the state separate. Keep the love and the ledger separate. Your net worth is the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and the person you marry counts as 90% of that average. Do not let a bad merger destroy your life's work. Audit your relationship today. If they are a liability, liquidate the position. If you are ready to make the hard choices, deploy the subscribe button. We are building the minority,